What we need to do is actually fix some rigging issues because the wings are not weighted properly. Is that a mirror model? Perfect. So see, we're just getting a little bit of pull from some of the other bones. I think if we just ease out the edge, should be fine. And we should probably do the same going the other direction. Just make sure that the pull isn't too much. Okay, there we go. Sit down. So that should have fixed the wing now. There's just a small gap on the wing, and yeah, it's gone now. Perfect. Back to Photoshop. Go ahead and just try this out again, I guess. Put all the effects on it. And delete that one. Oh. Oh, that's so funny. Fill it in, but then overshot. Nice. Funny. Let's go to layout. Oh, you know what? It is actually just like that. There is actually just a little bit of edge poking out. So this, there's no shape keys, right? Perfect. And just move it in. Not quite. We need to ensure that the values here are exactly the same. So we'll say bam, tab, assign. So still something pulling on it. Okay. Now the issue is not the opposite tendons pulling on each other, but within this, there's some overlap too, which is no good. Probably want to do that on this one as well. Okay, now we're good. It always takes just A little more time than you think. If you don't do something 3 times, did you do it right? I don't think so. And we're just missing third time's charm. Exactly. Hello, Eben. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Just putting the final touches on some thumbnail stuff here for this avatar. Just thinking about what I want to do here. Oh, hi. Feetsies front and center. Just gotta get them toes. Okay. So now we actually need to think of a name for this character. I have no idea. No idea what to choose. Toesy Mosies. Imp? Kind of don't mind that, just imp. Let's do that for right now. And let's change the font to something a little bit more interesting. Okay. Hello, Java. Good evening to you as well. Hello, hello. kind of like these, kind of like this off-white cream color. It's kind of nice, actually. The eye sort of looks like a candle. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's kind of got like a candle look. This looks amazing. Thank you, Chava. Thank you. It's coming together. Finally. Welcome back. Thank you, Kai. Welcome back to you as well. Normal. Barely see that. Barely see that. What do you think? Imp for a name? We also have let's just duplicate this. What was one of the other options? Uh I wrote them down. Is this the thumbnail? Yes. Dante. Valentine. Kind of like Valentine. I don't know. Imp's pretty. Feels very, I don't know, clear. Feels concise. Hello, Thorn. Oh, y'all, I need your help coming up with a name for this character. How's Imp? Imp, yes? Yay or nay? Yay or nay for Imp? You always do such great work, man. It's consistent too. Keep it up. You rock. Thank you, Froyo. I appreciate that. Thank you. Very pleased how our character's coming out. We're gonna make some smoke. It's been a slow time. I'm just proud that we've gotten this far at all because I've just been so slow working today. So they smoke, fog, dramatic, black and white, stock photo. Imp is good and applicable. Could be something longer like Grum, but Imp works better. Thank you. Okay. Feels good. I like vivid light. Kind of a weird comic-y feel. Impnia. Like that. Maybe we'll do like a imp. Like this will be the Valentine material for the imp, and then we'll do another one later. Yeah, fart around with it. Ooh, that's a little more interesting. Hmm, kind of like that. Subtract. Implin. Accidentally ate an expired egg. Gross. Did you cook it? I'm hoping you cooked it. I'm gonna generate some more. What's up, any who's your ad clapped my phone's internet law. Take that guy. Take that. My powerful internet. Weaponized internet. Oh, interesting. Look, it's wild. So it's fluffy. Huh. That's interesting. Huh. I like that. My Dyson, I boiled it. My Dyson, just kidding. Or am I? I think you'll be fine. I'd like to think you'll be okay. But I suppose we'll find out. Then we're going to take this. I kind of want to just see if we can filter, distort. Twirl. Kind of interesting. Rashad, that looks adorable. Also, hello. Thank you, Rashad. Thank you, Rashad Z. Welcome. Welcome back. Well, if you don't see me turning into streams anymore, you'll know. The egg took him. The egg took him out. He got egged. Oh, so that's how you do a zoom. I don't really need to do any of that, but kind of fun to mess with. I'll be known as the one who got egged. That's what they'll put on your tombstone. Egg Lord. Filter, blur, do noise. Make a new layer. Would you then turn into a chicken? Baga? Baga. Oh, yeah, there we go. Look at that. Look at that noise. Just a nice little, kind of makes velvety. That I like that. folks ride like the wind, like the worst pines behind them. Give them more. I don't want to be buried. I want to be incinerated. That's my plan as well. Cremation, please. Tunes in to stream Bach. Bach. Hello, Draw. Welcome. Welcome. Want to turn into a hot dilf instead. That's the plan. That's the plan. Eats chicken, becomes chicken son. We're going to put the text below here. That doesn't make a difference. That was those to guide them, keep them warm. Long before they go. Maybe we'll take this one and put it on top of everything. Boom, 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 boom. I like the wings. Thank you. On the avatar or like just chicken wings? Just eat chicken wings. All right. I think we'll go with that. Something like this. Space that out a little bit better. Does that seem legible? I think so. I'm gonna add a mask to this one so that I can kind of paint out the face just a little bit. Okay, let's export the PNG and we'll put that. Avatars, combat, thumbnail, renders. Did I overwrite that? No. Okay. There we go. Perfect. So now we can import that into Unity. Then get to check out the bridge sculpt. No, I don't think I did yet. Take a look. In this video, we're going to have a new sculpt tool from Notes Insurance. So I'm pretty hyped about this tool. I'm going to be really honest. Firstly, it's free, which is incredibly generous with Notes to practice. And second, damn, this is going to save you time. This allows you to do things so quickly at CCI. Now, there's a few oddities about this that I'm going to go in, so let's talk about straight away. First, it's hard off. It's going to be there. Oh, that's cool. Again, you've got a lot of things you can fiddle around with, like the smooth face sets, it's quite useful. The other one is sometimes it's wrong, so you might just fiddle around with the normals. With a little bit. So there we go. Short video, but it's just that easy to use that tool. I mentioned it is free. Huh. That is really cool. Fascinating. If I was going to do a slime character, that would be perfect. When I ever do a slime character, that will be how I do it. I'll get that tool. Some folks ride like the wind. spring keeps them warm long before they go. All right. So we've got character updated on my end. Now we want to do a few other things. We've already tested, we've got the toggles, we've got the controls. Was there anything that wasn't working? I don't think so. The eyes are still jittering, and we don't have a tongue out expression. So let's do the tongue out expression. So we'll go to face rigging. Long before they go. 20. I would like to go to frame 320. Is there a different way to do that? Okay. So his tongue out. Bing, 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 bing. Perfect. Okay, so now we have the animation, and I want to export that with the big animations as a multiple FBX file. Stay with me. And it will overwrite this one, and then we'll extract the animations out of that. Okay. But it'll take a little while to export. Oh, which reminds me there's another texture tweak we need to do. Would be really, really cool to have multiple eye textures. Still pretty sold on that. You have star eyes, eyes would be, I think, really should close Photoshop. So, in our reference image for the character, we have one thing I did not make are these little like eye sockets. Also did not make the fuzz on the shoulders. We'll add those some tuft. Can't tell if those were necessary for the character or not. I don't really feel like going back and editing them. I could, but all right. Sorry, got distracted. Got getting distracted. Okay. So I want to make these little shapes, or at least try them. I'll either make these or replace them with some sort of pseudo eyebrow. So we don't have any sort of eyebrow right now. You know, I think it's pretty good. I don't know how badly I want that. We'll leave it. Leave it. Okay. Okay. So next major thing we need to add. It's actually pretty simple. Once it loads. That's right. All right, we'll wait for it to load. Then we'll do it. I am alive. Hello, neighbors. Hello. Welcome. We'll close the door. How goes your day? Hi, hi, hi. Just woke up. Was it a long night? Lol. But I mean, hopefully a good night then. Do you also play VR chat or only make avatars? Definitely most of my time is spent making avatars. I like this part the most. um, so that being said, I'm sure that I do go in often to do drawing. There's some life drawing worlds, some painting worlds in VR chat, and I like those quite a bit. If I go in, that's usually where I'm spending my time. Bow, 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 boom, boom. Need a meetup. I do need a meetup. I do. I think it would be. It's important that I start doing meetings and stuff with with y'all, with the community. Fun. But generally, I'm kind of a loner, so meetup and a meetup in VR chat. Correct. Correct. So now we have the animation. We can go ahead and extract that with our tool that we made. We made an animation processor, and we're going to use it to take this clip here into this folder. I'll join. Well, good, good. Yeah, I'd love to make more fun things for everyone to do. There is actually a meeting coming. There's some sort of event. There's a Crater Jam. There's a Crater Jam going on right now, which is kind of exciting. Um, let's check. Space Jam. Oh, interesting. I guess it's VR Chat's partnering with Australia NASA. Oh, there's actual cash prizes. Interesting. And submissions are open on the 5th. What do I make? Challenge create a VR experience that pushes the boundaries of virtual reality to depict the future of human life and work in space. Was dying habitats moon, blah 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 blah. Do you have to be Australian though? I like it's all in Australian cash. That be a concern? Probably not. Cracks fingers. Yeah, I'll paste that. But anyway, um, there's a jam going on, a little contest. I'll pasted that. So check it out. Maybe it'll be a good fit. Maybe not. Do 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 do. Bow, 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 bow. Believe this is the backup. Yeah, so I delete this one. Take this one. Oh, deleting things takes too long. Okay, got that back in. Now that will work. And do this. Go to the FX layer in our expressions. Tongue out. We'll replace it with tongue out. Right. All right, see how that works. Can I see the bat's thumbnail? I think I missed it. Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, well, maybe. See if I can get one of these folders to open. Thumbnail renders. I can't grab it. Ay, ay, ay. That literally froze. Anyway, here's the thumbnail. Imp. 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 Yeah, it came out pretty well. Name, I think Imp is good. They look badass. Thank you, Nammers. Thank you. Yeah, I think get as much done on them today as we can. We're getting so close to finish. I'm being a little lazy, being a little slower than I should, but things are getting done. Yeah, pleased. Pleased with them. Put fancy hat and a cane and they can be a pimp. Pimp bat. Just bat pimping. The pimpin'. Now I can see it blinking, which is good. Before I couldn't, I never was able to see it do this. Now I can see it do that. Also, are there two sets of eyes? Are there two sets of eyes? Yes, there are. What's going on? There's like actually two characters in this scene. Was that the emulator breaking? I think so. I think the emulator broke. Try that again. It's one of those days where none of my monitors are straight. How do you know your monitor's straight? Oh, oh wait, here's the color changing, by the way. Very, very pleased with this. Like an easy effect, but it's very satisfying. Develop other color combos. Um, but we want to go to the expressions. I don't know which one is which one is tongue out. Gesture right equals 5. The eyes are weird. Tongue looks cool though. Hmm. Gonna make a vid of this character in a hip noise. All right. Man, I'm very spacey today. I keep forgetting what I'm doing. Uh, if I blink, so as I understand, I added values to each of the eyes so that they will be visible. The whole time. So why are they not visible the whole time? So blank has it. Sad. And they all have this on the eyeball. None of the vice seems affected. No, I don't see on the vice seems. Just the gesture expressions. Maybe it's because there's no the null of the null state. Uh, so maybe I replace. That looks great. It's fine. It's just the moment I do one of these expressions. Oh, you know what? Tongue out is missing. That. We do 5. Yeah, those work fine. Okay, that's what it is. It's just tongue out that's missing. What would a hell for hell being be like? Soft candy land? Just one big bean bag. Just relaxing all day, every day. Okay, so it was just tongue out, just the tongue out clip that was missing these two values. So we'll copy those. Go back to tongue out. Bam. Bam. Okay, perfect. Terrifying. Okay, so now the eye is fixed. The blink should work perfectly. Um, I'm interested to know how they made their blink layer. Do you already have another product lined up after this one? I have another avatar lined up that I'll be working on, but my goal will be to start making a lot of smaller products, accessories, things like that, and just start making those as much as possible. Like maybe even trying to push for one a day or one every other day for just some simple accessories. Um, but then the avatars come out with at least one of those every 1 to 2 weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks, I should say. Blink. Blink generator and receiver. Is this work? Huh. Funny. What a weird little setup. Um, okay. I think the blink looks good there. What's left? Let's start getting it ready to package up. I haven't tested the Quest version. I've not tested the Quest version just yet. Probably delete that. So what we'll do is get everything in here working. Assuming there's some textures and stuff we'll need to extract from Poyomi and then just include directly in mine. I mean, I might as well just leave them there. Um, mm, 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 yeah. um, that's fine. We just want to switch it back to the default lighting to get rid of that. These all need to go. Default lighting and then those animation clips. So let's go here. Sky. Default skies. Go. And then, by the way, I noticed that the MMD uh, compatible component adds those two layers at the top for you. That must be what it worked first try. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I think so. I think it has to um, put things in the right order. I mean, that's what you hope that it's doing. And then the FX layer, I think the blend tree for our manual expressions is Rurex stuff there, which is no good. Too many things to click. Too many things to click. I think that should be everything. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So now I can delete this whole folder because I don't need that stuff at the moment. Was following a guide last night trying to add a nose boop particle effect, but it didn't seem to work. The receiver wasn't even detecting my test sender, I don't think. Do you know if I could set that kind of thing up with VRC Fury? Uh, I don't. Maybe. Sometimes they have like components for toes stuff. Let's see. Maybe these? Oh, no, that's for the other kind of touch. I don't think there's anything built in here that's going to give you what you want. Um, yeah, I don't think that's quite what you want. But as for what you'll be using, so um, contact. So I believe you want to use a contact receiver. That's what's going to set your parameter. So you want to make sure that it's basically like looking for either of the hands. And it'll when it's touched by the hand, then it changes this parameter. So example parameter right there. And then you can set does it constant is it's touched or it's not touched 0 1 on enter. This one is a velocity, so you have to be moving fast enough when you touch it. And then proximity is from 0 to 1. Yeah, interesting. Um, but no, VRC Fury doesn't have anything that's gonna just do that right away for you. Yeah, I've got it set to finger, and my sender is set to finger. Both are 0.5 less and greater. Um, Contact receiver. Okay, interesting. Usually I set it up for the hands, but finger left and right was actually much easier. Oh, oh! If you've done the toe things, one thing to keep. Have you done? Did you use VRC Fury's toe thing as well? Because they do take your finger bones. That's a weird thing to say, but um, haven't tried that yet. Okay, okay, yeah. I know that the toe collider steals your finger bones or something like that. It's a kind of a hack. Um, Funny though. All right. I want to do the eyes. I want to do different eye textures. It's actually a little bit more difficult to set up than I initially thought, isn't it? So I have to go to special effects. We have to enable flipbook. Flipbook is its own thing, so that means I'd have to move all my decal animations from here down to flipbook. Flip, flip, wherever it is. Special effects. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I knew I was looking right at it. Can I animate a texture swapping? No, I don't think I can. All right, so I don't need this anymore. All right, leave that alone. I think I'm just wasting time now. Let's go ahead and get that Unity package out and get a Gumroad page made. All right, just because I'm OCD, replace all the expressions and the names. Um, got all the gestures named. That looks great. There was some of the other layers. The action layer is fine. Must be the gesture. No, we already set those up. It's a locomotion, and it's the standing. Biopsy of all of those. Maybe not. Lay down. It still wants these animations, which is annoying. And it wants these ones. Why? Why? So if I go to my FX layer, my expressions, those ones we've replaced. If I go to the direct blend tree here, and oh, manual expressions. I don't even have this set up for manual expressions. Blend trees. It must be one of these. Yes, okay, so that's why. It's because we have the manual expression stuff set up, ready to go, but it's not actually included. Okay, well, that explains it. So then we'll replace all these. Oh, that's fine. This one's going to be the same because we're using the blink on its own controller, so I don't need that. All right. Awesome. So now they're in this big circle. Go back to our FX layer, direct blend tree, and I would like to add my manual expressions blend tree, which will be controlled by expression status. Okay. And these other values already in there. Perfect. Okay. Brought back that. Hey, White Velvet 19. Thank you for the follow. Thanks so much. Welcome to the stream. We're putting the final touches on this avatar right now. We'll be switching over to working on some other stuff in a moment. But for now, we're getting this packaged. It's taking a little bit, but we're getting there. Oh, I deleted the blank expression. Well, glad I noticed that now. Actually, oh, I deleted all my Vi seams. Shit. I deleted all the Vi seams. Okay, that's not that bad. Yeah, actually, that's pretty simple. Hey, I have a quick question. Absolutely. What's your question? And hello. So, no read out loud or show, but I did send you com update stuff. Like, it's perfect. Perfect. Awesome. I will check that out once we're at a good point then. We're going to make a new folder here for the Vi seams. And we're going to show and explore this folder. Take the pen. Do I ever do avatar commissions? I do. Most of the time, that is what I'm doing on stream. I do make VR chat products and avatars full time. So I do this every weekday. It's fun. I really love this kind of work. And we'll go to our FBX here. We'll take this clip, put it into this folder, and I just need to say process clips. It's going to take a little bit. Sorry if hopefully the loading here isn't messing with my microphone. But I charge around $1,000 for a from scratch avatar. So someone has a reference image and they're like, "Oh, I want make these characters for me from scratch." Generally, it's about $1,000. If they want more complex things, it can be more. I'll charge a little less sometimes if there's if it makes sense. Generally, I prefer to do the full amount for quality work. Thank you, Kai. And the blinks, we'll leave all those alone. And we'll take the rest here. What's poppin', Buster? Not much. What's up, Funkadays? Welcome. Hope you're having an amazing day. What about an already built one? Just change colors on the Avi. That kind of work, you definitely can get paid for, but I personally don't like to take that on that kind of work. But if you are looking for a good Discord server to connect with artists and the like, I just pasted the name in chat, but there's the VRC Traders. That's a Discord server that is built to connect artists with potential clients or people looking for some edits, things like that. Definitely pay attention to the verification process there if you're going to go check it out. But you should be able to connect with someone that does that kind of work more regularly. Regularly. My mouth. Regularly. But I appreciate your interest. I do appreciate your interest, and I thank you for asking. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for the suggestion. Absolutely, absolutely. Just chilling, doing some sculpting. What are you sculpting today, Funkadeus? Is it a gun? Those are all good. This one. I'm glad I noticed this. I was just about to export the character after having broken all of my Viseams. That would have been so sad. So sad indeed. Though I did switch these all to additive now. I wonder if I can get rid of the neutral in these. The neutral. Because it's the neutral that's actually keeping the eyes in a weird position. Man, I've been stuck on the same model for a few days. I got the whole body done except for the hand, feet, and head, and I'm nervous to continue for some reason. That's fair. You can always try to, if you just want something quick, you can look up on Sketchfab or some other site the model. Just add that into your sculpture just to get things going. Feet suck. I hate making feet. They're always the hardest. Says the name slash link is expired. Oh, I didn't paste a link um, for the VRC traders. I'm not sure if it is linking there. It should be open to the public, I believe. Well, it's been a while since I've used it personally, but it was a very active server. Real talk, just watching work does inspire me a lot. Hey, I'm happy to hear that. It's really encouraged to have someone around who knows what he's doing but isn't elitist about it. Well, thank you. Thank you. I don't always feel like I know what I'm doing. If that makes you feel better. I don't know. I've consistently found that this work is just very humbling. It's very, very humbling. Type the name in and it doesn't allow me to get it. Interesting. Um, well, if you go to my Discord, I'll share it there. So that's my Discord. And VRC traders. Invite people. Copy. And I'll post that in the creative advice channel of my Discord. We show process problem solving. It does help watching. Yeah, good, good. Yeah, I think there's so many things that they're not like the steps are simple in the sense, but you just would never, unless you see someone do it or someone tells you how to do it. It's like you would never know that that's the thing you need to do because it's all made up here in the land of the land of unity. In the unity land, it's all made up and the points don't matter. They matter a little. I'm just joking around. I was joking around. All right, so now I should be able to do the vice seams again. Those all work awesome. Perfect. Okay, question for those VR chat users out there. When you're doing an expression, like a gesture expression, let's say one of these, like blep or this one, gesture right. Would you still want to be able to talk? Or do you expect the gestures to completely overwrite your ability to speak? That makes sense. I still like to talk. Yeah. That's what I thought too. That's what I would expect. Someone was saying that, or I was reaching out to someone on Discord and they're like, shouldn't it just overwrite? And I was like, should it? I don't think it should, but I guess I don't really know. Overwrite if I'm using face track or tuning. Gotcha, gotcha. Does it close eyes? It should, yes. The eyes should actually blink close, even when there's an expression. But they don't break blinking. They actually just blink close normally. Though his pupils are messed up. The pupils. The pupils are messed up. And I know why. And I know how to fix that, actually. Okay. What was I doing here? So we need, in our expressions, we'll take the neutral, duplicate it, and switch this to expression null. So we need one clip for the eyes. Right. Here in our expressions, the null should use expression null. That should prevent the eyes from flickering. Hopefully. A lot of new avatars don't do eyes closed anymore. It's an annoying if you sleep in VR. That is a lot. Does it close eyes? Gotcha. It does. The character does blink, but I don't have a button to close the eyes, so maybe I will do that. That'd be pretty simple to add. Um, it should be blinking. Well, shit. Why isn't he blinking now? Ay, ay, ay. Blink controller. Oh. Oh. I've deleted it. I can't believe I did that twice. Oh my gosh. Or I didn't do it twice. I can't believe I did that again. Poop. Poop, poop, poop. Okay, but I kept. So that's good. So we'll duplicate it. Move it. I guess we'll put it in toggles. And we'll call this blink loop. And then we'll add it to the character onto this here, blink loop. And then we'll drop testing onto the character. Blink loop goes here, so we can grab it here. Preview. Play. Okay, that's good to see. And then what we'll do, scooch it over, go to neutral, copy these values, back to blink, paste them. Okay. Yeah, if your client sleeps in VR, I think it should close eyes. I'll definitely. I'm a man. I sleep with my eyes open. A lot of new avatars. Yeah, every client sleeps in VR. I think it's eyes closed. I definitely. This is not a client one. This will be a product avatar, or I'll be a base avatar available for purchase. Do you know a good Discord for ZBrush where I can just bug people to give me advice? There should be an official ZBrush Discord. Um, Maxon is the company that makes it, I believe. Well, anyway, but yeah, ZBrush Discord. Yeah, ZBrush Discord. But yeah, uh, hope for you it ends up. It's not ends up on VRM. Well, thankfully, I have my own way of creating my VTubers now. If anyone likes making VTubers, use VNeon. VNeon. It's the best. Or it's definitely better. Beautiful. Look at his face. Look at his pain. Uh, there we go. I think he is in pain. There we go. Now we fixed it. Okay, play. He's done stubbed his toe. He ate a very sour lemon. Oh, yes, it's actually me when I stub my little toe in the night, trying not to scream. So I think that we actually don't really want any lead up for this. For the blink, it should actually just close. So, or maybe better to say, just go straight into the blink. Okay. So here, when it's closed, what I would want to do, go to the body, go to my eyeball, decal, positioning. I want to switch the scale to, I think, 8 and 4. And we'll actually say 0.8, 8. So they kind of wobble. Here, it's 16 actually. I have a webcomic with 20 main characters. My goodness. And I decided to switch from Koikatsu models in their janky ass studio to homemade ZBrush models posed and animated in Maya. All my readers have been super chill about the hiatus while I learn, but just fucking Christ, it's a lot of work, and I'm still only on the first character. Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for knowing how um, of finding like an aesthetic and workflow that is fast and gets you the results you want. um, I don't need to extend that. Let's just try that. Blink loop. Blinky loop. The way that people's moves when it blinks is dope. Thank you. I'm stealing that from PNG tubers because they do a good job of it. They do a really good job of it. Actually, I don't want loop on for this one. All right, hit play. See what it looks like. There's a few. I think if you're looking to use a tool to really speed up making a web comic, 3D plus grease pencil inside of Blender is really really cool. I'm not sure how interested you are in learning another software, but I think Blender is pretty well suited to making like a hand drawn aesthetic quite quickly. All right. I kind of still want more of a bounce. Whoa, whoa. I love that bouncy look that a lot of the VTubers get. So we're going to go back and fart around with this a little bit more. I actually started out with Blender, but switched to ZBrush because it's a lot more like drawing, which is what I'm good at. Fair. Fair. Switch to curves. I really just want to see these two. So yellow is the Y value. Is that how we do it? Definitely seems bouncier. My issue is learning how to go from like my 20 million poly final sculpture to something I can realistically rig and handle. Um, there certainly are some benefits to using Blender in that kind of case because um, if I did the offset, sorry, one second. No worries, homie. I don't mean to distract from work. No, I'm just extra spacey today. I'm moving kind of slow. One over. Um, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I think Blender's a little bit nice if you're going for like a very simple, like hand drawn look. So I'm just gonna show this thing I worked on the other day. So this is like a little locker that I made in Blender, and it I felt like I got like a really nice like hand drawn look, which might work nice for like a comic. And so it's just simple boxes. And then I went over it with a grease pencil to add all these hash marks and stuff to make it look like it's a drawing. Um, Still a lot more you could go in and do, of course. But I don't know. I found it like just kind of satisfying to use Blender in this way, which I don't often do. I'll use it, spend a lot of time making an avatar, but to go for kind of like a comic feel is really satisfying. Because you can just draw right on the character. That looks sick. Reminds me of Telltale or Borderlands. Good, good. Yeah, I love that kind of um, cell shaded look. So, being able to recreate that in VR is very, very fun. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how the offset works here on our decap. Okay, so that's left and right. I was hoping to do more vertical stuff. Oh, interesting. Oh, it squishes like that? That's really cool, actually. Okay. Fascinating. So I'll set this back to 0. And I want to use the last value, negative 0.8. And we'll move over 1 frame and set it to 0 here. Can you make worlds? Yes, yes, I can. I've made a few. Made like my test world and stuff. Okay, that feels a little more bouncy. Maybe when it's here, it should actually be squished. Squish, squished. Squish, squish, squished. So I'll actually go the other way here and make this like 16. 32. It's quite large. I feel like it's not moving at all. It's not scaling. It isn't scaling. Okay. I'm going the wrong way. Going the wrong way on that. All right. Let's flip this back to 8. This should have been 32 or something. Maybe 0.5. Wild. Like 8. 1. You guys just leave it at 1. All right, play again. That feels weird. Just a little too bouncy. I still want to get my upper body professionally scanned and made into a 3D model scan of a VTuber that looks exactly like me. You should look into Unreal Engine's MetaHuman. They have a scanner to make metahumans now. Demand similar eye animation on my next Abby. Fair. We're trying to get it to work right. Trying to get it to work right. It's definitely a little bit of a goofy thing. So I think delete this one. Back here. We still want to make it larger. So let's say 3. Maybe not quite as big here. 16. And I'm going to take these 2 columns, just move them over a little bit. Oh yeah, much better. And we'll actually do one more thing, which is copy this column, paste it right here. Oh, maybe not that one. This one. And that way we have just slightly longer blink. Yeah, because then it actually takes just a moment to close. Okay, I think that's good. And what's fun is I can swap out that eye texture later. Can I swap it out? I should have done I had the chance to change it to a flip. Oh Lord. Okay, but I know what I want the bounce to look like now. Got a better feel for it. Blink. Okay, perfect. Gorgeous. All right. Um, so we got the expressions working, we got the blink working, got the visemes working, tail, color. Um, I think we would still want a little bit more ability. I think that's good. I think that's good. Oh, that's what we wanted. We have the blink, but it would be nice to have a toggle to actually close your eyes. Hey, Sonic Rat. Sonic Rat, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Let me know if you have any questions. We're just working on some VR chat avatar stuff that I'm making for a base avatar. Yes, go right ahead. What is your question, Funkadeus? Funkadeus. So, should be able to add in another blink, and then we'll also tell it when it's available, or while it's doing that, when we close the eyes, turn off blinking. Pretty simple. Pretty simple stuff. Actually, that's interesting. Right now we have these toggles. Why couldn't I just use this? Okay, no gesture options. Never mind. Okay, right now we have blink loop, but we'll do another one that's just just blink. Delete that. Delete that because I have this here, and that's what I need. It's the blink. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Mm. Would you rather spend a night with a person who's the top half of Natalie Portman and the body half of Ron Jeremy, or the top half of Ron Jeremy and the bottom half of Natalie Portman? I have no idea who Ron Jeremy is. Poor guy. He looks like a very classic mustache twirling villain. Oh, and that's what he does. Gotcha. Wow. Rough. I'm afraid I would have to put the homunculi down either way. It was the hedgehog. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Oh, It doesn't transition. It just okay. Can I do that? Smooth loop builder. So create an animation smoothly looping between two states. Not what I want. Not what I want. I don't know why, and I have refused to ask. I mean, no one ever tells you that there's things you don't want to know. When toggle is enabled, what? Just what? Does that work? Transition out is reverse. Transition in. Oh, I see. Okay. Read that a little bit closer. Still a little confused by this toggle. Do I not just put in the blink again? When toggle's enabled, transition in with a now let's reverse the transition in. Do this until turned off. Okay. Just blank. That's probably going to ruin all the expressions, though. Okay, we got another 10 minutes of this, and then I'm going to switch over to doing sculpting. Then we'll go from there. There's no transition out, just does it. But if I have an expression, and then I do it, oh, even the blink messes with the ears. Oh, which makes sense. Yeah, I'll have to go back and remove it from, and that will, of course, do that as well. Okay, so a few animation clips to tweak. First is on the blink loop, it should only affect the eyes, obviously. So we'll go down here, take everything that's not the eyes, and remove it. Oh, and I need to make sure I go back and remove the eyes from all of these. Okay, fascinating. Two things. First, remove all the eyes. And then on my Visine layer, okay, I did mask the Visine. That's good. Very, very important I did that. And then for each of these expressions, they should not have the eyes either. Okay, so that was an oversight on my part. These values right here. Otherwise, every time we do a gesture, the positioning of the eyes is reset, which is no good. Glad I noticed that. Glad I noticed that. Okay, I think we're done. Let's try exporting the package. Make sure it's not grabbing anything else. Wyoming laydown still has the Kamari crouching in there somewhere. I'm assuming that must be in one of my blend trees. Yep, there. Okay. That's because of my locomotion layer. I haven't replaced these with the Luna Wisp ones. Perfect. And then I'll replace the locomotion animations, such as the crouch, here. Ooh. That should be all of them for the moment, which is good. Then what I'd like to look at is the testing effects layer. And we're going to take this. Preview. Crouch still. Nice. This is the crouch position of the character. Is this for a client or just personal? This will be a base avatar that I will be selling. Hello, Reddy K. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having an amazing day. So it's an avatar that I'll be available for purchase on my Gumroad. Yeah, it's coming out really well. Very pleased with his looks. Going to be adding features, more features as the character sells, but for now, this is what we got. Root Q. Are you an architect? I am a character artist. So this is what I do full time. I'm doing commissions for people to make their characters or making characters to sell, accessories. Think of me like a virtual reality fashion designer or monster creator. Cheeks. Twist, twist. Don't want the twist. Just want down, up. I guess I like that. About there. Nice. My girlfriend has awoken, so I gotta bounce. It was chilling though. I'll catch you later. Sounds good, Funkadeus. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day hanging out with your girlfriend, and we'll catch you some other time. I'll be here all week, so hope to see you then. Now the question is, did I put the right animations in the right spots on the right blend trees? That's cool. I'll follow you. Heck yeah, maybe get to know you more. I sketch as well. Have a good one, buddy. Troll S. Sounds good. Ready K. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for the follow. And yeah, I stream full time, so whenever you want to hang out, I'll be here. I'll be here. That's right. And then low crawl. Okay, perfect. So those all should be in there now. Hopefully those animations do help the posing. It's 4 o'clock now, so this is the last thing I do. All right, that looks good. But okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and upload again, and then I will switch projects. I'm not gonna test just right now. Build and publish. Test later. Still have to make the Quest version. Super close to done though. Oh, wow! That's popped 6 vertebrae in my back. Oh, it felt good. All right, done. Okay, so now we've uploaded the character. We'll mess around with him later. For now, let's turn our attention to Christy, because we need to retopologize the head. So we'll hide that. Turn on head version 2. Yeah, we're redoing the head. Redoing the head. Head 2.0. That should work. Okie doke. Why is this stuck over there? Oops. All right, hit that retopology. Well, I think what we'll do. All right. Where'd that other dot come from? Do 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 do. Take these. Okay. So I'm always torn. I could do it that way or this way. Better. Make a loop. Not make a loop. If I... Okay, that's like the compromise right there. Excuse me. Goodness. All right. The hope is because I've cut it this way, I can loop things. And then go over, but still be able to loop stuff. Not sure how helpful that is. I'm gonna try it for this one. Not how I usually do things for characters. For the mouth, at least. So, experiment. There are multiple things here, or I just don't actually have enough geometry. This is 3. I had 2 selected. Right, just do that. Cool. Any extra geometry on the eyes, I can actually run down the front here. That will work out nicely. That will work out nicely. Yeah. And then we'll do some cuts. we go. Okay. My goodness, I am so spacey today. My goodness. But now I can run a bunch of tree down the eye. I'm going to duplicate this one vertex. Boom, 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 and boom, 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 boom. Then subdivide it one more time. All right. One, two, three. Three. I'd love for it to be one more. Four. Can do it. Can do it. All right. Super Animal Royale. This triangle looks really weird. It's very big. Don't think I need that much space. Don't think I do. So, what we'll do is collapse this one. There we go. I'd rather have them loop under. Loop under. Okay. Okay. So I have a loop that goes around the whole muzzle like that. Got a few loops that go up into the eye. These ones go on top of the muzzle. These go on the bottom. Okay. So initially I started a bevel here to make this loop, and I'm actually just going to go ahead and make another bevel right here. Okay. And I could keep sending geometry up here. At least do one more. And then I think I want to yeah, one of what? How to connect this last loop here? um, just feels too spread out. Just not enough geometry here. Let's go into sculpt mode just for this. use the edge relax, slide relax, excuse me. And we're just going to go in and space everything out a little bit nicer. Get it all looking good. I should hit this with a shrink wrap too. Apply this one. All right, back to sculpting. This should work a little bit nicer. All right, that feels better. Feels better. All right. Okay. But it has to run another cut down there. What up, Sam? How you doing? Hello, Sako. Welcome. I'm doing well. Struggling, but surviving. Just trying to figure out how to make this thing I'm doing. There we go. But how's your day going? What are you up to? It's kind of a slow day. I've been a little tired today, honestly. Usually I feel a little more peppy. I'm just going slow, relaxing, making a new head 2.0. The sequel. Head the sequel. And we got about another 30 minutes left in the stream as well. I have a restful day. I did nothing today. Maybe the hair shop. Okay, okay. Well, that's good. That's very good. Nice, nice little chill day. That's how I'm feeling right now too. You know, I'm just going slow. I'm like usually kind of feel like I'm just rushing around, so I'm kind of savoring this feeling of just chilling. So you retopo one of your sculpt. Cool. New avatar then? This is actually an edit to a older avatar that I made. Older, about 6 months ago that I worked on. Um, and we're just updating the face, the head. Um, so basically, I resculpted the face and I'm retopoing just the face, and we're gonna just attach what I made back onto the other model because we're lazy. Just kidding. It's efficient. All right, I actually have the thing, the disc thing that I made, and I should be able to duplicate this. Send one of these to hidden. There we go. And then we'll take this, select this, combine. Don't worry, I won't judge you. I was lazy all the day. We'll be lazy together. Lazy together. Control J, I accidentally hit this object. And then here, okay, perfect. There we go. And then we have to connect these. This is 21 vertices. It's 21 vertices. So we just bridge, merge. I think that works. So we'll do that. apply the mirror. Back into sculpt mode. Slide relax again, my favorite tool. Just use that to even out all this stuff in here. Make it look nice and pretty. I think this section is actually sticking to the top of the mouth. That's my guess. Yeah, definitely this front section. That was kind of cool. Well, there we go. We don't have to display white. And I think we've got the head. That's the whole head right there. Maybe another cut there. And it would be good to extrude this back. Beautiful sight. Well, thank you, Peefster. Hello. Welcome. Welcome back. What are you up to today, Peefster? UV editing time. Back from work and on Blender. Good on you. Good on you. No rest for the wicked, right? What UV map are we on? Sam, can I ask you, do you draw the character sometimes? Yes, and I have done some characters where I do the concept from scratch. Um, so I have done that in the past. My character June was a fully from scratch, including my design character. Right here, June. And oh, cool. 3 5-star ratings. Awesome. Which came out well. Video for. But I'll send you that link. All right, so it's your design from the beginning. Nice. Have you taught yourself how to draw? I did do concept art before the 3D work. So if I go to my portfolio here, hello, Shadow. Welcome. Hello, hello. But I did drawing and painting and stuff like that before I ended up switching over to 3D. So a lot of drawings and stuff. You can see, did some fan art. Claire from Bloodborne, excuse me. Always a cool one. So I like drawing, uh, but I find 3D is a little bit more consistent as terms come to a business. Why does that head UV island look like a Ridley from Metroid? That's the secret. All heads are actually Ripley from Metroid. Inside you is also Ripley from Metroid. You're complete. I've become more than human. Become a Metroid. But maybe to answer your question a little more fully, Rashad, uh, I do like making all my UV maps square uh, because it's nice. uh, there's some more reasons for that, but I do really prefer to have my UV maps be as square as possible. Just kind of keeps things logical, working as intended. I'm gonna make a new one, new image, so I can use the UVs, which I don't have. I have to make a scratch. That's fine. Color grid, UVs. All right. So now we've got the head. Now we've got the hair. Interesting. Interesting. I need to work. I want to be like you, produce my own design, but I'm a beginner at drawing. I know the technical part of Blender, but I feel it to be not enough for me. Um, so when it came to making my characters, my avatars here, for a long time I just used hand modeling and subdivision modifiers and things like that. I really feel that I got the most control over the look of my character once I started sculpting a lot and like sinking a lot of time into I'm going to try to do a sculpture every day, and that kind of uh, experience grind. And I would compare it to a grind, like a video game grind. You're just grinding for that XP. uh, but definitely, it has been in sculpting that I've really felt like, okay, now I can get the quality I want. Now I can really have control over how this is coming out. Before, I would say I didn't have that. May seem surprising, but or perhaps seems surprising. I'm compelled to ask, do you mainly do furry models because of the suspiciously wealthy furry meme? Or is there a Sam Sona out there somewhere? People have made some fan art of me as like a fox and an anthro Sona. I don't really have a personal OC or Sona of any kind. Um, but also, I don't particularly mind making furry movies. I think that if I lived in a vacuum and the content I was creating would be like high concept sci-fi stuff, maybe there's throw characters in there, but things like the expanse and stuff like that. I my what I make would be a little bit different um, if I was to be making it just for me. But I don't necessarily have any problem with what I'm making, uh, or the work my clients send my way. Um, yeah, I don't. I think it's weird to me. It's like you get sometimes you get artists that are like, oh yeah, I make furry art, and like they kind of like, I don't know, just own it if you're gonna make that work. There's some people who like provide caveats or, oh well, I'm not actually a furry myself. It's like, well, you've made over 200 furry avatars. Like, I don't know at what point does that do you join the club? So would you advise me to spam sculpting in order to get better at creating character, drawing? Drawing doesn't help, or is it optional? I do need to check my basic shape, forms, art fundamentals anyway. So yeah, definitely I would say sculpting and drawing really uh those the skill you're actually cultivating when you're sculpting and drawing is your ability to perceive things and make the thing that you're perceive shape and form and recreate that shape and form. So I really think there's a ton of overlap between sculpting and drawing, and I would highly encourage you to, of course, do sculpting regularly, but also there's like life drawing applications. So for example, uh, life drawing website. I mean, I don't know your age, but this is definitely a website for adults because you can draw nude models and things like that. But life drawing in and of itself is a very, very good exercise for beginning to learn anatomy and form and things like that. And what's cool with these ones is they have these like 30-second time intervals. So you can sit down for 30 minutes and you just try to do a character draw what you see for 30 seconds and then do the next one and the next one and the next one. Um, and genuinely that's how I grinded a lot of my skills was just doing a shit ton of life drawing on these websites, like a lot of life drawing, a lot of life drawing. That's awesome. Thank you. Advice. Absolutely. There's also life drawing worlds in VR chat if you ever want to, because you could get your buddies to go to a life drawing world and just hang out there and actually draw each other. Um, that's always very useful. How do you draw in VR? It may be a stupid question, but I don't know. Oh, okay, gotcha. So, a lot of times I assume people who watch my stuff play VR chat, but you have just like a virtual canvas and a virtual pen. So it's just like this. Like you would have a piece of paper, virtual pen, and you just touch it to it. Uh, it's a lot easier with real pen and paper though, like with the controller. Yeah, exactly. So the controller here. So this is the controller for my headset there. Um, it's got like a squeeze and grip function, so you can literally squeeze and grip. So you just reach out, grip, and then you can move it around, and so it's kind of feels like this. Like this is what it feels like in VR. You have your controller, but then the pen's like basically like a gun or something, and you're drawing with that. Um, All right. I think we're doing good. So what I wanted to say isn't not as precise as the pen and paper, I guess. I don't know. VR controllers are very actually quite precise, especially some of the higher quality ones, because they do have to be like you need to know exactly where your head is and exactly where your hands are in VR. That being said, they still shake a little bit. Like it's very precise, to sometimes to the detriment because your hands shake or your controller shakes and that'll get picked up. Um, but really, the most difficult part about drawing and painting in VR is that you're not actually touching a physical surface. There's a lot of feedback and control you get over being able to actually push on something, and that's completely gone in VR. Um, Identity and I am working on. Curious what your thoughts are. You got a minute? Yeah, let's take a look. There's also posed in medical books that you can use as reference too. That is a great resource. Understanding basic geometry is fine and expand with placement with those other resources. That's how I'm getting better. Very smart. Very smart. Yeah, I think getting I a long term life like bucket goal for me is to uh, learn all like the major muscle names. All right, I got it. Could be fun. I will try one day. It is fun. It is very fun. Um, definitely, definitely when you have time. Just go steal your friend's VR headset. These are really cool. Check it out. So this is Shatter's work here. It's definitely intense. It's got a very intense vibe, but it is cool. It is quite cool. A little scary, but in a cool way. Well, IDK if I like it. I would just play around with the color and stuff. I think you're never really sure until you get in VR and look at it. Okay. So now that we have the face, what did they put in that bunny's water? Hoping I can fix the uncanniness with Poi and Unity. Certainly making it look stylized is going to help. Uh, really, the main difference between these two is that this is such a realistic eye texture, and then the body is very stylized and toon style. So I think there's going to be, but if you do that intentionally, you'd be like, that's on purpose. Then that's fine. But um, it's a very real eyeball. You can also make it wet too. Right now, you don't have any roughness on the eye, so there's no glossiness. Finally figured out my problem. I had a tutorial previously that told me to put an animator component on my tailbone to do my tail animation. Oh, interesting. Oh, that would certainly cause issues because if MMD is looking for an animator and it grabs the wrong one, then that could be an issue. So once you took that off, the eyes worked fine. Fair. Thanks for the thoughts. Absolutely, Shadow. Absolutely. Oh, I didn't make the nose. We'll have to. We'll have to make it over. I would rather have it included. There. That. I would recommend Tiny Eye, but if you want something that works outside of Blender, just make a sphere with two materials, one for the iris, the other for sclera. Sclera. Hey, Zru, are you remaking it? I believe I saw this ad before on your channel as a finished one. We're redoing the head. Also, hello, Zru. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Ah, right. I don't have a shrink on the nose, which is why it's off. How's your day, Zuru? Goo, I hope everyone's having a great day today. Thank you, Goo. Same to you. Same to Goo. Can't help myself. Thanks, it's kinda bad. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. A rough day? A rough day. Not feeling very well. Have astrologist on Thursday. An astrologist. Like your sign? Well, I hope you do feel. I remember, yeah, last stream you came by as well. You said you were feeling sick. Is it still the same kind of thing? Gastrologist. Okay. Well, oh, that's rough. You got some stomach issues. Yeah, those that can be really tough. I'm sorry to hear that. We'll get you to pass that gas through. Worst case scenario, we just get someone to jump on your stomach and you can fart. Normally do large pupils that make most of the space in a thinner iris. But I wanted to try my hand at a high detail iris. Hurt my brain to make it work well. Hey, I mean, it does look really cool. It's just you're like a horror movie mascot. Bridge that without merging. Well, we're always here to make you fart, Zuru. Just know, in your heart of farts, you're always welcome in Fart City. I fart too much for no reason. Sad face. Be proud of your power. Stand firm with your flatulence. My brother also farts a lot. Does your fart ever hurt? I have definitely hurt myself farting before. Like that sharp pain, like when you get you're sitting or something. It's like your butt hurts. You're like, ah! Perhaps TMI for stream, but also you know, you sign up for my stream, you get the fart news. You thought this was all about Blender. The real fart agenda underneath the surface, churning and bubbling below the surface. My butt hurts all the time now. No, I'm sorry, Zero. We get you some. What do they call that? Psyllium husks. Psyllium husks. They're like a gas, like a fiber pill. Do you not like my fart joke, neighbors? Or you're upset at learning the truth, the secret behind my channel? I did not. Follow that up with some evil farts. Some evil farter. It's like laughter, but farting. Ha ha. Cry. Sam is feeling evil today, lol. I'm feeling so flatulent. I'm definitely feeling little better now. I just feel like my brain's been in a fog all day. Just finally kind of getting out of it. Right at the end of the day, of course. That's the most important time to. Oh, Sam, is there a way to unbake textures and substance? I have shadows baked into it now from where meshes overlap. So one, you can always rebake them. Um, Let me open substance really quick. You can always rebake your textures. Go back, move your objects apart, separate or move them apart so they don't bake and you don't get that overlap. But if you want to remove the textures, you just go to your texture set settings here, this tab. So we exactly. But once you're in your texture set settings here, these are your bake maps right here. So go to your mesh maps, and all you need to do to unbake them or remove them is just hit exit on here, and it'll be normal or ambient occlusion is. So if you have overlapping or clipping things, the normals and ambient occlusion are usually the things that break. Might have said something really funny, but your mic cut out. Well, oh no! Gosh darn it, my freaking mic. It was very funny. I have you. No, just so you know, it was the funniest thing that anyone's ever said. Uh, I have that title now. Is a particle emitter always going to take up a material slot on the avatar? I think so. I think you always have a particle material, at least one particle material. So I would assume it does. Um, are your body objects still separate? Do you have any like separate tail or separate this and that? I was at 8 already. Gotcha. You might be able to combine some of your objects because even if you have the same materials between objects, like on my body and tail use the same material, if those objects are separate, they still take 2 slots, even if it's the same material. So that's one of the benefits of combining later. Let's scooch the eye socket in. It's 8 different shaders on the combined model. Well, if you are looking for ways to optimize, let me know. I can always take a look at the character. Hello, white screen. Welcome. Welcome. We're working on this character's face right now. Making a new face. A new face. New face. So what we're going to do is going to copy this from the head. Then we're going to, actually we're going to copy 2 things. We'll copy this whole collection. Let's make a backup. We'll call this head UVs done. save. It's definitely hoping I could keep it on the good rank, but the particle emitter takes over as the material slot. Gosh dang particles! I'm gonna beat that particle system. Beat it up. Smash, smash, smash. Boom. We have a painting version here. Humanoid bake. That's probably the rig baking. Okay. So this is the low poly. That's the high poly right there. Just for the body. Oh, interesting. On this character, I sculpted the clothing. Wow. My process has changed so much already. All right. Do you have any tips on how to start modeling your own things? Because I don't have any experience and I want to create my own VR chat avatar. I do go through the process of making VR chat avatars here on my stream, but I don't have any tutorials to kind of send your way. What I would say is that a nice way to start is with like a base avatar. So if you can find like a free avatar, um, or a commonly used base avatar, that's kind of a nice place to start. Vroid is also very cool. Vroid, I'll spell that in chat. Because you can, it's kind of a quick way to have a model you can paint, have a model you know you can get into VR chat. That's kind of where I would start, is with something that gives you a leg up and like seeing how different things work. But if you're set on starting from scratch, I think you can also just look up, how do I model a Unity character or a video game character from scratch? Because it's the same process. So that's kind of what I would recommend, is like looking up some tutorials for how to make a video game character in Blender, and that's going to give you a really good direction to follow. I want to duplicate this collection so I can delete the head. Thanks, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. What a hind. What a hound. Avert your gaze, Zoom. Your gaze. Tisk tisk. I refuse. Hopefully that doesn't crash. Every this avatar on Twitter, it easily becomes my most liked tweet. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but so it's like mid. We're waiting on Blender to load. I'm chopping. That could be. Yeah, it's probably slowing down my computer right now. Ah, gotcha. I'll wait till this is done. I'm gonna wait till this is done loading before I before commenting. I have to wait on this. Chop that head off. Chop that head off. Chop that head off. No! Head go chop. Head go chop. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop. Should be done in a second. There we go. It is quite laggy. All right, I'm back. I'm back. The head has been sliced. Head has been sliced. All right, what was the question before? Oh, so I'm just in a different. I'm in 3.63, 3.61. Excuse me. Um, chopped, and I love this version. But the color difference here is just purely a Blender theme, so it's only a visual difference. I do have some other add-ons in here. That's why you see a bunch of tabs here. Um, but generally, everything, all the visual stuff, is just the color change. All right, so now something I've been running into didn't seem to be as big an issue in some of your vids. When you apply your transforms in Blender, how do you avoid the origins all being put at the world origin? So that's something I take advantage of with my characters. So for example, right here, or right here, you can see how all of these objects are kind of spread apart, but all their centers are at the origin. So if I hit Alt G, they recenter, they're exactly where I want them to be, except for those teeth right there. Ignore those teeth. But everything else went right back to the right spot. And so that's very useful. And that's generally what you want to do with like your items on your character, is that they're at the origin, so that they're exactly on the wrist. If you put all your different objects on your character at the origin, they all snap into the right spot. Um, if you didn't want to apply your origin, if you didn't want to move the origin, you can just hit Control A and just do rotation and scale. So the location is the only thing. Applying the location with Control A is what's going to change the origin. Everything else, if you hit rotation and scale, it'll keep the origin. Might change the rotation a little, but definitely while you're sculpting, applying the scale regularly is very important. Need to do that so I can bake correctly. Yes, very important, especially before baking and bringing into Unity and stuff. You want to start making sure your scales are very consistent, because things get really weird with like nested bones and stuff like that. It gets odd, real weird. All right, so we're gonna take the head here. We're gonna get rid of the material on it. We're going to combine it with this. What is baking? So baking is kind of a general term for taking something that would be too expensive to run at real time in a game, like for example, breaking apart rocks or a water simulation, things that require very intense amount of computation. What you do is you run those beforehand, and you bake them down into something you can access that's really efficient. So with baking, when it comes to characters, I have this mesh here that's very, very detailed. You can see it's like sculpted. If I go to the wireframe, you can see it's crazy dense wireframe. But if I go to my low poly, what will actually go into the game, you can see how much simpler it is. So we want to take those details from the really detailed version, bake them into a texture that the low poly version can use. And the benefits of that are that you can use the low poly version, but it will look like the high poly version. So it's kind of a way to cheat, to take the detail on the stuff that's too expensive to bring into the game, find a way to simplify that, bake it, and bring it in, compress it. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to mesh. Actually, let's save first. And then remesh. That means that in example of the avatar, you reduce the polygon count, but you keep the details. Exactly. Because instead of using the really detailed mesh, we render out, bake those details into a texture. Yes. Yeah, yes. Suffice to say. I'm going to switch to matte cap object. Okay. And let's just clean up the back of the neck here a little bit, because we don't want this intense seam here. It's obscene. There we go. Sup, Sam? Hello, Fallout. Welcome. Welcome back. Okay. You actually caught me right before I was going to go to, or end the day. I was going to say go to lunch, but it is actually the end of the day. We just finished the retopo version of the head, and when we get back tomorrow, we're going to bake the head into the texture, and then get the face tracking started. But it is time for me to go ahead and end the stream. It's a little bit later than I usually go.
But thank you everyone for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you all coming by, asking questions, stuff. White Screen, I super appreciate you hanging out, seeing what I'm up to and asking questions. And as all, I much love to all of you. I will be back. I stream every day, so if you are new here, definitely hit that follow and subscribe because tomorrow we're gonna finish probably both, maybe both avatars. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Have one. Thank you, Peefster. I will zoom. You have a great rest of your night. Thank you for the follow. White Screen, much appreciated. Much appreciated. Evan, Nammers, Peefster, White Screen, Goo, Fallout. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, morning, or evening. And we'll be back tomorrow for more. And if you have any questions for me, definitely come on by. But for now, bye. Bye, everyone. Have a great rest of your night. See you tomorrow. Bye, Zru. Bye, Zru. I hope you feel better, Zru. Hopefully, your gastrologist will tell you what sign your stomach is in. Uh, your stomach is in Gatorade. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Bye, Kai. Bye, Kai. Have a good one. I'll see you all soon.